What's so popular from the last decade but is now obsolete? I want to use this as an opportunity to point out that when QR codes came out, they were a fad for a minute, then quickly became seen as a corny, clunky piece of gratuitous technology. For a while you had to download a separate app to read them, and when the novelty wore off, people scoffed at them. That was in 2013. Then when COVID came along and people got rid of paper menus at restaurants and all that, the QR code came back in full force. It's everywhere now, as it should be. It's a brilliant piece of tech. One popular item from the last decade that is now obsolete is the MP3 player, with the widespread adoption of smartphones, which can store and play music. Dedicated MP3 players have become less common. Additionally, many streaming services offer extensive music libraries accessible directly from smartphones, further diminishing the need for standalone MP3 players. Game of Thrones, for sure, had a stranglehold on pop culture. Then, following the dubious conclusion of the show, vanished from everyone's mind. You could throw a stone in any direction and hit someone that either watched or knew someone that watched that show. They sold tickets for watch parties at bars, for Christ's sake. I would say shopping malls. Maybe they have been just on the gradual decline, but the mall from where I used to live was growing and actively invested in as a place for nightlife, family fun, shopping, etc. COVID basically destroyed shopping malls. Many stores moved out to be replaced by generic no-name shops. Programs you could buy in a store. You paid once and you own the program. And when it required an update, it would do it without a subscription charge. We live now in an era where we are being constantly ripped off. NFTs were the cherry on the cake to understand where society is and where it's going. BlackBerry, every kid had one in high school. Everyone talking about sharing their BBM BlackBerry Messenger number. Every businessman had one as it was the go-to for workplace stuff. Now they don't even bother making phones anymore. Ericsson Ericophone telephone. One of the most awesome Swedish design pieces ever. Beautiful, useful and handy, has become hopelessly obsolete with the evolution of the mobile telephone. The last decade was 2014. And I was already out of college. Why you gotta make me think that thing? I'm over here thinking about Pogs and Furbies. And then reality's gotta be a bitch. Just reading this thread, this needs to be said, a decade ago was 2014. Most of what's getting up votes here is stuff that was big like 2 decades ago, but was basically gone by 2014. This thread is a lot of people not realizing the last decade is the 2010s and not the 2000s. No one cared about iPods except the Touch or Guitar Hero in the 2010s. 4th of July. The older I get, the less it seems anyone want to do anything. Not even BBQ. I'm always the person that wants to pop fireworks and get rejected, lol. As someone whose last kids are in high school now, can someone please enlighten me how Texas Instruments calculators are still a required thing? Bop it. And don't tell me this was a 90s thing. The Bop It's reign of terror lasted from 1990 to 2015 as far as I'm concerned. Guitar Hero Rock Band. It was the most popular gaming thing to have last decade and now is pretty much gone away. No one remembers hoverboards. Half a decade ago, it seemed like everyone had one. Now I haven't seen one in years. iTunes. Paying 99 cents for a digital download of a song. What a concept in a world of Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Not obsolete, but Facebook isn't nearly as popular as a social media site in the US as it was 10 years ago. Y'all, 2014 was a decade ago. Why are so many of these comments about things from the 90s? The sad thing is the popular things being listed are from 2 decades ago. God, I feel old. Silly bands, nothing like covering your arms in them just to lose them all later. CD, DVD drives were popular on desktop computers, but are now a thing of the past. Those single Bluetooth headset that had the arm that wrapped to the cheek. Guys, 2014 was a decade ago. Why are you listing things from 20 to 30 years ago? Pedometers were pretty popular before watches started tracking your steps. DVDs. It autocorrected to dads, and I lost that in the last 10 years too. Saw a tap out bro last week and couldn't tell if it was serious or not. iPods, these things were game changers. Now, discontinued. CDs. It seems like more people use vinyl now more than CDs.